What is going on, guys? Evan Aldo here. Wanted to give you an update on these markets. A little nice trading, going on right here for the most part. Very well. For the past, since this rally up, got a lot of really good calls on the way up. And just look at these funding rates. I mean, for you guys who are not familiar with funding rates, this is a pretty sharp negative funding rate. It's just on FAIRDESK, though. I think the other exchanges, it's not as negative. But this indicates more, like there's a lot of people still shorting this market. I mean, FAIRDESK is a decent a good amount of liquidity is traded on FAIRDESK. There's a lot of people still shorting, which I'm not sure what they're thinking. But usually, from my experience, it indicates a potentially, continuation, comfortable continuation forward. A lot of these trades are doing really well. If you guys are interested in trading, check out the links down below. We give away the $100 bonus every week with FAIRDESK. If you deposit on any of these exchanges, deposit at least $100 on any of the exchanges down below, signing up with my link, I'll give you one free month in the Aldo Empire Discord, where I gave all of these trades in advance, tagged everybody, stop losses, entry points, all of that in advance. Really good offer. I think we got other good analysts. We got Nightshade in there, KMac, providing a lot of good stuff in there too. So not trying to shield or anything. Well, I kind of am shilling it, I guess. But check it out if you guys are interested. Link down below. And, when you look at Bitcoin right now, the thing I was talking about in the last video was we could be getting close, this catalyst, this trigger wave in the weekly form, and we could be getting close to making a true new all-time high, which we would have to come up just a little bit above that 74K mark to make a new all-time high when you factor in inflation. So it could be that jump. Maybe, if you're looking at this month, it would be a jump up to, maybe that spiral line 75 this month or something. And then potentially continuing up to 80. So nothing too terrible on the 3-day. 2-day money flow trying to come up a bit here. Coming back into the green, maybe, not getting a diminished return version of this potentially. If you look at September 23, 180% if we were to do another 180. I'm just curious where that would leave us to. Yeah, very, very high number. That's your case for something crazy like a 100. Yeah, that's not going to not going to 186 by January. I don't think so. But maybe by the end of next year, maybe you could get to some high numbers. Maybe you could even get close to 200. I don't know. My guess is more between 100 to 150, but the higher end of that is definitely possible. Money flow coming up here, 12-hour, 16-hour, good for continuation, potentially bringing us up to, even if you, when you zoom in here, you look at potentially even 80K by the end of the month. Like I mentioned in the last video, it could be a catalyst up to 80K, 75K right there, and then 80K could be possible this month, or next month. And obviously the Fed's going to most likely pivot, very likely to pivot in September. So then you do have, that's probably when things would come down at least a little bit, if they do end up pivoting in September, which we all think and we know the likelihood is very high of that. Short term, coming back into the grid, the hourly could repeat something of this nature, continue forward. Weekend could be choppy. You guys know weekends are, a little bit choppy or a little bit harder to predict a lot of times. So yeah. And if we move on to trigger waves right there. The trigger wave to continue on the 5-day. Looking decent on Ethereum. If you break up out of this situation here, a conservative estimate would be around 460, a more liberal estimate, 4,600, excuse me, a very liberal estimate all the way up to 550. So I would say most likely new all-time high, 5,000. You could even see that by the end of the month if those ETH ETFs come out. In terms of what I'm looking at right now for a trade setup, trying to long this up to 3,600 or more, do have a really good trade with the details down below, or in the Discord, excuse me, the details for that are in the Discord, so check that out if you guys are interested in. Breaking upward. Breaking upward out of this situation, 36, 20, big area. I do think that when you look at ETH versus Bitcoin, other than that trigger wave confirmed on the weekly, I think we should be able to hopefully continue forward on ETH versus Bitcoin. Maybe we got to wait till September. Maybe, that true bottom will be in a few months from now, but I don't think you would get, I don't think you would get much below this pocket. Maybe you have one last, ring down or something for some of these alts, but I don't know. I think if you're going on a year, like a whole year perspective, I think ETH is going to outperform Bitcoin. That's what I'll say. Bitcoin dominance is looking, definitely is that trigger right there. Kind of looking, like you may break up a little bit more, but then when you zoom out here in some of these time frames, in between, I'm kind of neutral on this. I think it could break upward a little bit more though, but the thing here is like there are some of the blue chip altcoins, like the big altcoins like Solana, that looks like you're going to jump higher. And then, if you look at, like I mentioned in the last video, if you look at ETH making a new all-time high, Bitcoin making a new all-time high, this easily can make a new all-time high, 267, that area. I don't know if that would be a true new all-time high based on the, but I don't know where it would, I forget what exactly that point was, that area right there, but like that old all-time high testing that area, I could see it there. You could also look at, from this correction, that was probably it. Yeah, that point, that fib level, and after that, 355. There's a bunch of fib levels as you come up to once we end up in price discovery mode. But I do think this will definitely have a good shot at continuing, especially on that weekly trigger right there. And your next stop, 205, I think is a good bet for the next, into the end of the month, next 10 days or so. Chainlink also looking pretty good. I like the money flow there. I think you should at least get up to 15 something here. That 5-day bull div, still waiting for that to play out. Ordi's another, a few esoteric one. Ordinals NFTs, I think, could have a little bit of a hurrah here. Risky business, obviously, but I kind of like the bull div there on Ordi. I mean, what do you guys think of Ordinals? Let me know in the comments down below. The other one, ApeCoin, coming back from, some deep trouble here. I don't know. Very risky bet. You guys know it's one of the more meme tokens I hold. What was the other, just the last one I'll look at, like the other one, meme coin people were a little bit excited about. If we do look at, let's just turn this off for a second. If we do look at a potential fib level there, we're approaching that one. I would probably argue that there to that point would be right there, that trigger, or that area. These ones are so annoying with all the zeros. Oh, is there 100,000 mog? No, I guess there's not. Too new or whatever, but yeah, potentially a double or something. Maybe you could flip this, get a double out of this or something on some of these meme coins. So yeah, not financial advice, risky business, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out the links down below. Also, if you want to go to Bitcoin Nashville, I will be there. We'll be doing some type of meetup, 10% off, discount code, and link down below. All right, guys, have a good one. Goodbye.